Last game, Monday Night Football, huge game, NFC North. The winner of this game could very well win the division. I haven't looked at the secondary tiebreakers. Green Bay took the game from Minnesota earlier the year. I believe they jumped out to a 21-0 lead. It was like the third or fourth week in the season, and then Minnesota came back and scored. If memory serves, about the next 16 points, and the game ended right there. So, Green Bay, I think, is a little bit worse than Minnesota. Brad, being the Green Bay homer that he is, he cannot pick against Green Bay under any circumstance. Although I will say, for the most part, he's been right this season, just because they've been having a really nice season. Green Bay, he picks Green Bay to cover. Rockobot and I both like Minnesota. Now, here's something interesting. So Green Bay, 23.6 points per game scored, 20.2 points per game given up, but their yards per play stat is very odd. I think they give up a little bit more yards per play than they average. It's nuts. I mean, I don't know if that situation has righted itself in the last week or so, but that stat is just very, very odd. Now, Minnesota, in their own right, they score 27 points per game, good enough for fifth in the league. They only give up 18.5 points per game, good enough for sixth in the league. So I just think Minnesota's playing better football. Now, I'm worried about the Dalvin Cook injury. I'm worried about Alexander Mattison being down. If both of those guys are out, you're looking at Boone basically to start at running back. That means more goes onto Kirk Cousins' shoulders. Thankfully, Adam Thielen is back. We'll see what that means. In terms of fantasy, Aaron Rodgers is graded as a sit, and I'm actually going to take that grade. I'm not going to overrule him. We saw it last week too. This team is a run-first team. I do think Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are both starts. I think Devontae Adams is a start, but he needs some help from anybody else in this wide receiver core. That's really the primary reason I don't love Green Bay. They're going to need another weapon at some point to beat a really good team, and I think Minnesota's a really good team. Now, Minnesota in their own right, I haven't looked, I'm sorry, the news so far is not clear on Dalvin Cook at the time of this recording, so I don't know what his status is, okay? So bear with me here, but I have Kirk Cousins as a sit this week. I think it'll be a lower scoring game, though I did like Dalvin Cook if he plays. Keep in mind, though, that even if he plays, they're going to manage his workload. Is it going to be Madison? Is it going to be Boone? Is it going to be somebody else? We'll see. But I would like Madison and Cook if they're both playing, or a combination of, any two of those guys if one of those guys is out with Boone. Thielen is a yes. Stephon Diggs is a yes. And Kyle Rudolph sneaks in as a yes as well. Usually I say Kyle Rudolph is more of a blocking player when Thielen's in the game, but I think this week Kyle Rudolph will announce himself and introduce himself to the end zone. So there you go. That is a full week of games, all fantasy football analysis all the time. And, I hope everybody out there in the championship, basically wins their matchups. If you want to sign up for the free updates, send me an email to functionalsportsaholic@gmail.com. You can always send me an email. I'll give you free fantasy football and daily fantasy football computer projections via Rockobot. And, once again, everybody, thanks for supporting us. Thanks for the listeners out there. Thanks for, checking us out. Make sure you check us out on YouTube. YouTube, thanks for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know why Brad is right and why I'm wrong, or vice versa. And, check you out on another episode. Thanks. See you then.